that they call the Morte de Kalo. I swear I remember my Latin, but I don't. He even told me what this was twice. Welcome back to Rewind with bschwitty, because Nihongo o Hanashimasu. Today we are going to be doing something that I've been looking forward to for almost half a year at this point. This comeback has been going for quite some time. I just haven't gotten around to it until now. And I've been stocking up for it too, because one of my favorite things, as I keep saying every Monday since we started 2 Mondays ago, that doing wine pairings is my favorite thing. Hopefully at the end of the week, I'll get to talk about that more with @Taco Bell Sommelier on Instagram. We recorded an interview, or at least I thought I recorded an interview with him, that ended up with me having only recorded about a third of the interview. And that's after we went back to record that last third, because apparently I'm incapable of using Zoom like millions of school children have been doing during this pandemic. But that's beside the point. Today, we're starting on a pairing epic, because I've been stockpiling Japanese KitKats. Yes, Japanese KitKats. Like, look at these. Oh no. There's some dust on them for sure. This is just a part of it. Over my shoulder, you can see a few more. There's even some that I can't even fit on the plate right now. And I'd very much like to get this candy out of my household, because while I've been purchasing bags of Japanese KitKats since last summer, I've been saving at least 4 on my candy tray so that I could save them to try with wines. And the wines that we're going to be featuring today is a white, a sparkling, a red, and a dessert red. Let's take a look. First, we have the 2013 dry Riesling from Wolff Vineyards. We have a proper French champagne. Something awesome that I got to pick up that first week interviewing Hal. A 2018 Cab Sauv. This is either a new release or a future release from Volatus. Hal, this is tasting freaking amazing. And finally, a Roxo 2006 Barbera Port. I'm not even sure these guys exist anymore, but they were cool when I knew them, and the Barbera was one of my favorites. So here's a giant list of KitKats that I'm going to be pairing over 1 to 3 installments, most likely 2 or 3. We're starting with the sake flavor, the yogurt sake flavor, the ume sake flavor, a Kansai regional Sakura Masamune Daikinjo sake, sparkling wine with strawberry, cheesecake, dark chocolate, mint chocolate, hazelnut, sweet potato, onsen manju, apple pie, citrus mint, lemon, lychee, ocean salt, matcha, and green tea. Now, of course, like I just said, we can't do this all in one episode, so it's going to be possibly scattered into 2 episodes, maybe 3. Haven't decided it yet. We'll see what happens in the edit, and we'll see where, if we're going to just do it this Monday, next Monday, Monday after that. Who knows? We'll figure it out. Just stick with me. So, we have our wines, we have our KitKats. Let me first give you a primer on what Japanese KitKats are, because you might be saying, bschwitty, I have KitKats. There's milk chocolate KitKats with the red wrapper. There's the dark chocolate KitKats with the purple wrapper. I think there's a white chocolate KitKat now. But I've not seen crazy flavors. So what you don't know, humble viewer, is that Japan has over 300 distinct KitKat flavors. Crazy, right? Yeah, it is. Unlike the American KitKats, they'll come in smaller sizes, like these 2-packs here. They're also seasonal flavors and regional flavors. That is to say, there are flavors like the one that I just showed you that only come out during a certain season. What I just had was from autumn. And depending on where you are in Japan, the availability of what KitKats you can get are different. For example, this is from the Kansai region. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that wonderful? And if you live in San Luis Obispo, you can get your fix of Japanese KitKats at Slow Oriental Markets. Not a sponsor. We're just going to dive right into it. I decided we're going to start with the alcohol ones. This is the plain sake flavor KitKats. In Japan, some KitKats actually have sake in them, which is really cool. I think it says somewhere on the back here how much sake is actually in there. There it is. It's on the front. 0.4% alcohol. So not only is this wine going to get me drinking, so will the sake. So the sake is a white chocolate. Smells much like sake. And we're just going to go in order. White, sparkling, red, dessert. And just to describe the flavor of the KitKat, and sorry if I'm a monster for not snapping these in half first. I'm trying to run through these as fast as I can. It tastes like white chocolate. It's a little creamy. It also has notes of sake that you would get at a Japanese restaurant. Not hot, obviously, like one of the colder ones, like something in a daiginjo. So let's try our pairing, huh? All right, so I picked the Riesling because traditionally Riesling is a good pair with white chocolate, and it does that. Although it does taste like there's oak on that Riesling, which I was not expecting. It's been a while since I've had it. Aside from that, the sake flavors are enhanced by the traditional Riesling fruit flavors. I kind of like it. I'll give that a 4 out of 5. The champagne does not do as well. It kind of clashes. The sake kind of gets washed out by the champagne and becomes bleh. For the champagne, I'll give it a 2. Falls apart. It's not terrible. Cab Sauv. I picked Cab Sauv to go with the darker chocolates in the later rounds, but it's not terrible. It definitely masks any of the sake flavor because it's big. It's very big. It's very fun. And the white chocolate really draws out the tannins in kind of a contrasting pairing. So for me, it does nothing to elevate the sake KitKat, but it doesn't take away from it. It tastes good together. So I'm going to just give that a 3 out of 5. And we're going to move on to the port. Ford, right off the bat, they fight each other really quickly. The Barbera port has bigger than the cab, and of course bigger alcohol. But its fruitiness clashes with the sake notes. I would say that it's a decent pairing, but on the finish though, it kind of comes back with like blueberry notes, which I don't think either alone the port or the sake KitKats have themselves. So at the beginning it clashes, and at the end it really comes together. I'm going to give it a 3.5. And again, this is all subjective. Don't forget about that. All right, next up we're going to be doing the yogurt sake. It says, the elegant taste of sake wrapped up in the gentle sweetness of white chocolate. Enjoy the rich, satisfying flavor of sake. I don't understand why there's yogurt flavored sake. This is also a white chocolate KitKat. Oh, yeah, I hate these. Oh. So it starts out white chocolate mixed with yogurt. Then it gets sour at the end. And like super bitter, almost like a tannin quality, but not in the wine tannin. Don't buy those. But for science, we do Riesling first. It tastes like a grape. Squeeze it. Throw a picture on the screen. Grape. Squeeze it. Yeah, it's really weird. It tastes super sugary, even though it's a dry Riesling, which would be one of those contrasting pairings we talked about. The yogurt does really well until the finish. Again, the yogurt KitKat sucks on the finish. You know what? I'm going to give it a 4 just because It's my personal hang up on the finish of this yogurt KitKat. People might like it. It's and then for it tastes like a grape squeeze it. Congratulations. Champagne. Oh, remember I do this for you. And the likes. Give me some likes. Please like me. Oh, that's the worst thing I've ever tasted. The champagne exacerbates whatever that sour note is, erasing any of the pleasantness that the yogurt white chocolate balance brings forward. Quite honestly, it's disgusting. I'm going to give it a 1. All right, Cab Sauv. While the yogurt KitKat is, again, disgusting, yogurt sake KitKat, disgusting. The Cab Sauv, with its own set of strong tannins, neutralizes any of that off flavor. So it leaves it like you're eating white chocolate with Cab Sauv. But then, since it has that terrible sourness, tannic, whatever, the KitKat, since it's neutralized, it tastes like it's like a sacrificial tannin for eating white chocolate with a heavier red wine. I'm going to give that a 4. And then finally the port. Same thing as the Cab did. It neutralizes it. Although the Barbera port, Barbera style port, being what it is, sweetness just takes over everything. So you can't taste anything, even the white chocolate. It just tastes like you got a little extra sweetness with your port. I'm going to give that a 3 because I didn't have to taste that horrible KitKat. All right, KitKat number 4 is the ume sake. This is the elegant taste of sake. It's the same thing. It says the same thing. But ume, and correct me if I'm wrong, actual Japanese speakers out there, refers to these plums down there, which eventually, I know they look like peaches, but those are eventually what become umeboshi, which are Japanese pickled plums. Now, personally, I hate umeboshi. I have some in my fridge because I like making onigiri, rice balls, every once in a while. But it's not something I'd seek out to just eat by itself. The plum, on the other hand, never tried it. Didn't realize, pickled products come from non-pickled things. So let's try it. Smells pleasant. It smells like peach mixed with a sake KitKat. Oh, that's pleasant. Much better than the blue box. By the way, getting rid of that. Yeah, so it has peach qualities, a hint of plum. It's very pleasant. It's fruitful, stone fruit, just very light, a light kiss of it, mixed in with that white chocolate KitKat sake thing going on. Riesling. That's nice. The Riesling helps to accent the ume flavor. Really just, it pops. Tastes like peach candy. Maybe peaches and cream. Again, I think they really oaked this Riesling, which probably was why I bought it in the first place, because I thought that was interesting. But didn't think about it in the context of pairing. I'll give it a 4. Sparkling. The stone fruit doesn't work as well with the champagne. It kind of brings out kind of that sour apple. The stone fruit clashes with the champagne because the champagne does not have the notes of stone fruit in it, nor does it need it. But at the same time, it's not terrible. I think the white chocolate and the sake tend to balance out the yeastiness that champagne still has. But surprisingly, the Riesling was better. Cab Sauv. I don't know. It's not. Yeah, that's not bad. Not as good as the Riesling again. White chocolate isn't going to pair well with Cab. That was just a surprise last round. Although the peach kind of mixed with the chocolate and the fruitier characteristics of the Cab, which are like darker berries, raspberry, kind of creates like some sort of jam. It creates like a jamminess flavor. Personally, reminds me like the peach together with the raspberry. I don't know what exactly that combination is, but it reminds me of like red raspberry preserves, which is my personal favorite on a PB&J. I give that a 4 as well, but I'm still going to say the Riesling is the better pairing, just because the chocolate matches better. Although more and more as I experience that finish, the Cab really does go well with that. Ooh, no. For that port, yowza. I think that overwhelming sweetness the port had attacked whatever kind of fruitful sweetness the ume brings to that sake KitKat, and just kind of bowls it over. It's just a very sour note, very close to like a Sour Patch Kid. If there was a peach Sour Patch Kid, that's what that combination creates there. So winner for this round, I would say Riesling, but close second is a Cab. Next up is the Sparkling Wine KitKat. Sparkling Wine with strawberries. This is a New Year's KitKat. There's even a Santa on the package for this one. Let's see how these turn out. I recall these not being my favorite. So again, it's white chocolate, but the inside wafer it kind of tastes a little bit like champagne and like the Japanese sweet strawberry stuff candies. If you're familiar with Pocky, strawberry flavored Pocky, it tastes like it's been layered in between the wafers. Start with the Riesling. So the thing I don't like about that KitKat is that, unlike the sake, the champagne flavor just tastes like rubbing alcohol. It's not quite rubbing alcohol. It's just it's pungent. It doesn't taste good. The flavors fall apart with the Riesling. There's nothing going on there. The strawberry really clashes with the floral notes of the Riesling. It's not great. It's the champagne. So the thing that it's designed to taste like, minus the strawberries, doesn't taste like it. Two contrasting flavors. Honestly, but they combine together to create nothing. The flavor of the champagne in the KitKat cancels out the flavor of the champagne in the champagne. It just tastes like I took a drink of some sort of sparkling effervescent drink, which is strange. Like really strange. With strawberries, of course. There's like a strawberry seltzer water that's out there. I'm sure that's a thing now. That's exactly what it tastes like. It's better than the Riesling. Riesling, I put it a 1. I'll put this at a 3. Let's try with the Cab. I'm starting to think these aren't going to pair well with wine. The Cab, I thought the strawberries would play well, but again, that whatever that champagne flavor is, sparkling wine flavor is in the KitKat, it is just neutralizing whatever notes that you would normally get from the wine. And I gotta say, it's just not good. I guess I'll give that a 2 out of 5. The port here, since it's so heavy on fruit forward and then oakiness and alcohol, it overpowers the craziness of the sparkling wine with strawberries KitKat flavor, and has complementary red fruit notes. I'm going to give it a 3, 3.5, I guess, because I don't know if works well is the right word, but it works. So Yeah, that's our winner, oddly enough. This is my new personal favorite. This is the Cheesecake Kitkats. So the Cheesecake Kitkats are white Kit Kats. Taste like cheesecake. I highly recommend them if you can find them. Oh, remember, Japanese cheesecakes taste different than American cheesecakes and do not pair well with Riesling. The white chocolate starts out fine, and then the pungent cheese taste of the Cheesecake Kit Kat sneaks through. And I know that sounds weird, because it is weird, and just completely decimates whatever notes are in the Riesling. Sparkling next. Oh, that was better than I was expecting. The Riesling gets a 1. The champagne, wow. Once you get past that initial white chocolate, the cheese champagne pairing really creates an excellent pairing, I guess. Tastes like having a white cheese with a champagne. It's not overwhelming. It doesn't transform in any way, but it pairs nicely. Cab. So again, the white chocolate does not pair well with the cab, and the cheese isn't strong enough to pair against this big cab, which again, very delicious cab, very delicious Kit Kats. I don't think they go well together. I'll give that a 2. I am extremely terrified about this port. Fascinating. Here's the thing. White chocolate goes well with the port somehow. I think it's just oak notes that just kind of crash over you off and on, or a sine wave and a cosine wave meeting and then offsetting. Ships in the night, I think, is the phrase. Because together they'll hit together and then be terrible together, then go back and be good together, and then be terrible together. It's like Ross and Rachel from Friends. I'm going to give that at least a 3, I guess. The true winner for that pairing would be champagne. So we're going to call it quits for this episode. Tell me, what Japanese Kit Kats are your favorites? Let me know in the comments below. Please remember to share, like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because we're going to have 2 more episodes on this, since I cut off after only 6 Kit Kats this time. Remember, the yogurt Kit Kats are disgusting, and I would like to get rid of them as soon as possible. You can find me on Instagram at Rewind Show, at Twitter at bschwitty. I think I'm drunk. This has been Rewind. My name is bschwitty, and I'll catch you next time.